the motivation behind this workbook, is there something in particular that you saw, okay, here's a need for it, or hey, here's some great material and I think this will be beneficial? What was the impetus behind it?
Well, the idea behind this material is it's an effort to take the Bible and to make the Bible smaller, really. Not literally,
Right.
but the idea of making the Bible smaller in the sense that we need to be able to understand the whole so that we can understand the parts and how they relate to the whole. Here we've got 66 books, a huge volume that's intimidating to a lot of people, and so we're trying to break that down and so that we can see how those parts relate to the whole. And then when we get down to the smaller details, we can clearly understand them in connection with the context of the message of the entire Bible. And so that's the effort behind this, trying to give everyone that big picture kind of a view of Scripture.
I know when I first got serious about studying the Bible, you go back to the Old Testament, and to a great degree, the first part is chronological, but you get into the wisdom literature, you get into the prophets, and things start getting jumbled around, and you wonder, where does all that fit? And so I can see how this overview is a great benefit to people, even those who have studied for many years,
Right.
to go back and refresh their mind. Okay, here's how it all goes together. Excellent.
That's the idea.
In putting all of this together, is there something particular hard about this project?
Well, it was very, very time consuming. Anytime you launch out into a project that's going to encompass the entire Bible, dealing with each book of the Bible, very time consuming. A lot of research went into it, and really the challenge was to be able to take all of that and boil it down into something where you can have a few major points and a few pages to cover an entire book of the Bible, and do that with each of the 66 books. That was the challenging part of it.
Sure, sure. I can see that very easily. How about when you were going through it, or maybe now, the most enjoyable part of it?
The most enjoyable part of it is just the accomplishment of seeing the finished product, seeing it come together, and really, I think, as far as enjoying it, I think seeing the impact on those who have uh, been involved in receiving the material as I've taught it, and just seeing what kind of an effect it's had and the response that it's gotten, that's been a really enjoyable aspect of it.
So you did teach through it while you were preparing it?
Right, yes.
Well, I know that's good, to sometimes double up on the work, so to speak, that what you're studying through, you also teach it, and that also helps you to refine the material, does it not?
Yeah, well, it does. And that, you get that feedback and you're able to see, well, maybe I need to include this. Some questions come up that need to be dealt with, so I can include some material dealing with those particular questions, or maybe something needs to be tweaked or changed, and so it gives you that flexibility to be able to do that as you go along.